Thank you. Well, as you all know, Dr. Spencer Poole has been very active in social media. Spencer, this is my first time seeing you in person, and honestly, I always saw your picture and I was like, knock on wood, he's a very handsome man, but honestly, in person, you are.
Thank you. Awesome to be here. Thank you. I think it's just awesome that we can do this.
Dr. Spencer is a distinguished top 1% inner circle Procter Gallagher consultant. He has proven to be the best at coaching people into the mindset that allows them to manifest anything they desire in their life. Today, Dr. Spencer is here with his topic on defining and destroying what is holding you back. Dr. Spencer, please.
Thank you. Am I able to share my screen?
Yes, sir, definitely, Dr. Spencer Poole, you can share your screen.
Perfect. So I'm going to share that now with you guys. And it's awesome to be here. Thank you. All the way from the UK, which is, it's nighttime here already. You know, we're getting darker days. And I wanted to cover something that is supremely important. And anyone who's on this call, it's so important to understand this. For me, I had a bit of a journey. I'm going to show you a bit of my journey, but this made a massive difference. And I'm going to just cut to the chase, and I'm going to ask, why is it that in every business, there are going to be some people that are crushing it, that are getting amazing results, and then there are other people who are just scraping by. And that's selling the same product in the same market to, from the same office to the same type of people. And what's interesting is that some of these successful salespeople, they're not even that smart. And I know maybe that will give you a bit of a shock when I say that. We're still selling all the same things to the same people, but we all know that there are certain people who are not as smart as we are, but who are getting better results than we are. And we all know these types of people. And I know some of you will want to be humble and say, well, I don't want to say that I'm smarter than someone else. But the truth is that we all know that there are people that we are smarter than, and they're getting better results than we are. Why is this happening, right? And if you're anything like me, this really used to irritate the heck out of me. And I couldn't understand why this was happening. So why is it, do you think, that these people can get the results that they get? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to be covering with you guys today, depending on where you are tonight, today, the morning. And a massive part of this is self-image. And I wasn't aware of this. I thought I understood what self-image was, but I didn't have a clue. And I'm going to cover that with you guys today. So I wanted to say welcome. Thank you very much for having me here. I'm very, very grateful to be here. I'm passionate about what I do. And here's a little bit about my story. That's me. I'm a mindset and results expert. I'm now one of Bob Proctor's top 1% consultants. I'm in the emergency room doctor as well. I work in the emergency room before I got into this. And I'm the director at my business, Dr. Spencer Poole. And I'm a human too, which I think is important. I think these days it's more and more important for people to have contact with people, even though we have to do that over the internet. This is my journey. There I was as an ER doctor. And within 6 months, I created a whole new self-image and new results. And this is where I used to work before I became aware of this. And afterwards, the results working with Bob Proctor, my mentor, absolutely spectacular. And this was in the space of 6 months. They're again presenting in front of 300 consultants, again, spectacular on the stage with this incredible guy called Brian. And anyone can do this. I'm telling you, anyone can do this, whether you're someone in real estate, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a nurse, whether you're an administrator, whatever it is, whoever you are, you can do this. Absolutely guaranteed. So let me ask you, what is it that you want, right? And a lot of people, they kind of think that they know what they want and they're not really sure. But if you were to come up with an answer, it may be a bit of a struggle. But let's keep it simple, right? Let's not take it too seriously. Let's go to basics. What is it that people want? People want more money. They want to travel, right? Although that's a bit of an interesting thing right now. But when we get back to being able to travel, we want to be able to travel, and we want to be able to travel in style. And what else do we want? We're looking for time, right? We're looking for balance between work and time that we spend with our family and doing the things that we want. We want to create time. And everyone actually gets the same amount of time, which is super interesting. Someone who's the CEO of a Fortune 500 company gets the same time as someone sleeping on a park bench. So it's not down to the time. So let me give you an understanding a little bit about some of the misconceptions around success. To get significant results, this is not an intellectual exercise, and I'll show you what I mean by that. And I was a doctor. I thought that I was an intellectual. I'd spent 7 years at university. I'd spent all sorts of years afterwards doing postgraduate degrees. I thought I was an intellectual, but my results were still pretty crap. And success is definitely not down to someone's intellect. And this is encouraging. This is incredibly powerful to understand. But school has us believing that it is down to the intellect, right? That you got to be really smart to make it in life, and that you got to be really smart to succeed. Well, they teach us, right, to read, to remember, and to be able to repeat stuff back to you. Well, I can tell you it's definitely not true, and we've been lied to. It doesn't have to be that way. Let me tell you a story about this man over here. In 1961, he did 2 months of high school, and within a year, he was making over $1 million. So he came from having no educational background into making $1 million within a year. Spectacular results, and this was way back when. Incredible results, right? And if you look at these people, you may or may not know some of these people. These are all either billionaires or multi-millionaires. And all of these people didn't have any schooling higher than high school. Super interesting. So here we have this man, and he did it, right? And the question is, how did he do it? Well, he found information that I'm going to share with you today that is absolutely incredibly powerful. And he found that you don't actually have to be smart if you want to make it big in life. But you don't have to be smart to earn a lot of money. But what he did find is that you do need to understand and be able to change your mind. And you need to understand and be able to change your self-image. And you have to be more disciplined. And you have to work in a certain way. And you have to have a powerful mindset. Pat was talking about this earlier. You have to have a powerful mindset, and you need to understand that results have nothing to do with your intellect. This is where I was getting it wrong for so many years. For 9 years, I wanted to generate better results, and I couldn't. So you don't have to be smart to earn a lot of money, just like these people. So how many of us know people who have a master's in finance, but who are broke? How many of us know about people who used to lecture us about finance in the universities, and they would come to work on a bicycle because they couldn't afford a car, right? We all know, right, how to do things better than we're already doing. But the problem is that we're not doing what we already know how to do. And this is what it's about. We don't think about it as much as what we don't do, right? And we don't correct it. And we don't understand how it works, and so we don't correct it. And it's not a matter of what we don't know how to do better, but it's that we do know, but we don't do what we know we should be doing. We all know that we can generate better results. We all know that we can create more success, regardless of what's going on around us, but we don't do it. And we want more money. We want to travel. We want more time. We want happiness. All of these can be improved, but it's going to take some time, and it's going to take understanding, and it's going to take a strong desire. So I hope that everyone here on this call has a desire. I have an incredibly strong desire. And let me tell you, if you find that you're not doing the things that you should be doing, you need to find something that gives you an incredibly powerful desire. So after this talk, you're going to have all three of these. I can guarantee you're going to have an understanding, and you're going to have a desire of what you want. So So let me remind you, this is all about you. This isn't about me. This is about you and gaining an understanding of you. Here we are in 2020. We're about to hit 2021. And what I'm going to show you actually goes back to my mentor, Bob Procter. In 1968, he started working with this incredible man called Earl Nightingale. And Earl Nightingale was his mentor. And in 1949, he was working with a guy called Napoleon Hill. And Napoleon Hill wrote that book, Think and Grow Rich, that he has in his hands. If you haven't read it, you should read it. It's incredible. And Napoleon Hill was working for a man called Andrew Carnegie. And I'm sure you all know who Andrew Carnegie is. He's that incredible billionaire who moved from Scotland to the US and made $1 billion. So this is where this material comes from. It's 160 years old. It's incredibly powerful. So ask yourself the question, where would you like to be in 6 months? What do you think you can achieve in 6 months? And I'm telling you, you can achieve incredible, incredible results, right? So just imagine, how would you live if you could generate the results that you really want? And I want you to really think, where would you live? Would you be living where you live? What house would you live in? Where would you vacation? How would you vacation? How would you live? Right? Now that we got some inspiration going on what it is that you may want to do, let's get those excellent results. Let's understand how to get that. And let's start at the beginning. So what is the genesis of everything? All the results that you have. Look around you, right? There's three things that create the results. If you look at everything that's around you, the computer that you're looking at, or the phone, the desk, the chairs, the lights, the house, the building, wherever you are, these have all been created by three things, right? People have bought these things. So you've bought the computer, you've bought the home, you've bought the computer, you've bought all these things, and they are reflections of other people's results. They all come from someone's mind, right? So I'm using this thing to change the slides. Someone had this concept in their mind, they designed it in their mind, they designed it on a computer, and then it was created. So everything around you was first created in people's minds. And so that is where the genesis of everything is. It is your mind. Now, the problem with the mind is that people don't have pictures of the mind, right? They don't understand what the mind is. Trust me, I've been through 7 years of medical school and postgrad stuff. I thought my mind was my brain, and I was totally wrong. So is it your brain? Is it thoughts? What is really the mind? Well, the mind is actually an activity. It's an activity and it's not a thing. And no one's ever seen the mind, and because we haven't seen the mind, people have confusion. And so I'm going to create an image for you that you'll never forget, that is going to give you an image of the mind and an understanding of the mind. And it's the most valuable idea that my mentor, Bob Procter, has come across in the 58 years that he's been doing this. Let's have a look. There it is. Something super simple, right? You'd actually laugh when you look at this picture because you'd say it's so simple. But this is going to give you an understanding of your mind. And then with that understanding of your mind, you're going to be able to generate results. Let's have a look here. We call it the secret genie. At the top, we have the conscious mind, right? This is the thinking mind. And the thinking mind is the educated mind. This is also the intellectual mind. This is where we put all the information when we're learning things into our conscious minds. Then at the bottom, we have the subconscious mind. And the intellectual mind, that sets us apart from these creatures, right? These creatures, they don't have an intellectual mind. We have an intellectual mind, and so we set apart from the creatures. We're humans. We're God's highest form of creation, and so we have this incredible ability that is different from all of those other creatures. Now let's take the next half, the half at the bottom, which is the subconscious mind. You can see this is obviously a person. The top part is the mind, is the round part is the head, and then the body is underneath that. The mind is controlling the body. We've got the conscious mind, as we discovered, and we've got the emotional mind, which is the subconscious mind. This is where we put all of our emotions. This is our feeling mind, our subconscious mind. This over here, we have something called paradigms. Now, I had never come across the word paradigms in all the years that I've been studying personal development and been doing my medical work. And paradigms sit in your subconscious mind. This is, sorry, Jerry, I don't know if you can mute yourself.
No, because it's in the Zoom. Let me try.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, Jerry.
Yes.
Can you mute yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
I apologize.
Okay. So the paradigms sit in the subconscious mind, and this is very important to understand. So what are paradigms? Well, these are mental programs that are in our subconscious mind that get your results. That's it. They are programs that we have in our subconscious mind that get us our results. They're like a multitude of habits or programs that we